Question one: what has been your biggest success in life?
Finding the love of my life, my wife.
All right. What was your greatest downfalls?
Um, well, I had a business bankruptcy when I was young, so that would definitely be a downfall. But I haven't really had too many. I mean, you stumbled, but you don't really have strong downfalls. That one I had to start all over, start my life over. So I would say that's probably the biggest one.
What couldn't you live without?
Oh, my wife. I mean, Renee is everything.
That's sweet. What do you hold dearly to yourself?
Again, probably Renee. I mean, she's absolutely everything. I'd also include my daughter, my grandson. I just have a new grandson. So
How did you get into your line of work?
I used to be the restaurant manager of a Hardee's on 56 at Emerson, and this guy would come in every Thursday night and get ice cream with his wife. And turned out that he was one of the most brilliant people in the city of Indianapolis, and he had started a business called CD-ROM Source out of his garage. And him and I got to talking just on Thursdays, and we just kind of understood. He said I want you to come to work for me, so. I didn't know a lot about the computer industry at the time, but he said, I don't really need somebody that knows computers. I need somebody that knows people. And he said, what I need you to do is to run my business so that the employees get along, because they're very, very smart people, and there was a lot of personality clashes. So that's how I got my first start. And from there, I just went into different things in IT from there. So,
what lessons have you learned?
Never take yourself too seriously. Never take yourself serious. Don't take others serious. Be happy. Be happy is probably the whole key to it, because life is too short, and if you aren't happy, then you need to stop, look at what you're doing, and then do something else. If you can't fix it, then you need to move on. So, because life is too short.
Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up? I grew up in a little town in northwest Ohio, and it was called North Baltimore, and it's north of Findlay. It's about at the time it had right just over 4,000 people, so it's about half the size of Rushville, and the town's been dying since then. So now there's only about 2,200 people left in it, and it was just everybody knew everybody. It was an area where it was a blue collar town, a railroad town. It was everyday people, so nothing really. There's a lot of a lot of bars in the place, a lot of churches, small high schools. So that's about it.
Would you go back if you ever had the chance?
Oh yeah, by all means. I mean, I really like that little town, and so yeah, and I do go back every year. I do a whole slew of videos on the town, and I just uploaded one yesterday, or I just put one on their Facebook page. And the technology today allows you to stay in contact with your past, but my life's gone a different direction, and this is my home, and my wife and my family are all here. So that's kind of an extended family, but I would never. I would like to go back, but my home is here.
How would you like to be remembered?
I don't even know if I want to be remembered. You know, I always had this thought that, you know, the most successful person in the world is the one who changed the world and no one knows his name. And I don't, you know, if I gave somebody just a little bit of something to enhance their life, that's good enough for me. I'd rather just kind of fade off into the distance, and you know, I'm not real big on fireworks. I'm more of riding off in the sunset, and that's more my style. So,
What was one of your hardships while raising your child?
I didn't really have any hardships raising my child. She was an absolute joy and a pleasure. Well, wait a minute. This one time I scared her real bad, and because I'm kind of a prankster, and we had these big hedges, and she was up at the neighbor's house. We lived out in the country, and she was at the neighbor's house, and it had gotten late, and it was starting to get dark, and I knew it was time for her to come home. So I went out and I kind of hid in the hedge, and I saw her, you know, running home, and she stopped. She stopped in the driveway, and I was like, "What's this child doing?" And then I heard her go, "Okay, 3, 2, 1," and she started to run, and I jumped out of the hedges and was like, "Rah!" You know, and that child just screamed, and I mean, it just seemed like she jumped, you know, 20 feet in the air, and she was bawling, ran home. Well, it turned out that I didn't know, but she was absolutely scared to death of those hedges, and she was even more scared at nighttime, you know. And I didn't realize that till after the fact, and I felt really bad. I felt so bad after that, because she was like, "Dad, don't ever do that again," you know. So I don't know if that's a hardship, but if there was something that I could take back, I would have taken that back. I would not have done that to her. So.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.